Good morning, everyone. Owen here from Ghost Automotive. We are going to be doing an exhaust install today on a G82 M4 comp. I'm so excited to throw it up on this bad boy, get underneath there, take the old exhaust off, and get this new one on. So this new exhaust is going to be a full stainless steel, equal length Valvetronic system. I'm very excited to hear how it sounds. We are in the new shop. We got some hex lights up, we got a lift in here, we got the floors done, the walls are all done. We're still getting set up in here. We got more lights to go up because you can see it got a little dark in here for a second. Still a lot to be done, but let's get into this install. So here is the G82 M4 comp. Very nice. Let's try to get some better lighting over here. It's in a beautiful gray. Still got the OEM exhaust on there, obviously. Super quiet, but today we are changing that. So first we're gonna start off. We're gonna do a startup. We're gonna get some revs. We're gonna hear what it's like with the OEM exhaust on, just so we can compare once we have the new system on and see the difference. Here's some revs. Just like that, the car is clean. Now, let me show you around this car a bit before we get into the exhaust install. We've done a couple things. There's definitely some more to come, but let me show you what I've done so far. So a couple of weeks ago, we installed this carbon fiber CSL style front grille. I think it looks so good on this car. I love the CSL style too. Now, this car has got 20% tint on the side windows, although they didn't tint the back window. You can't really see, but for some reason there was no tint on the back window. So today we're actually also going to be adding some 20% tint on the back just so we can match the sides. Now, what is everyone's thoughts on the OEM sound of this car? This OEM exhaust, for some reason, very big, very restricting. I don't understand why they did that. You know, it really doesn't sound good from the factory, in my opinion. Shout out to Princess Auto for this jack. You know, obviously I got this jack so that we can do the exhaust install, make it a little bit easier when that big muffler is dropping, but definitely doubles as a nice tripod for the camera. We set that up right like that, and boom, we got a camera tripod. I don't know, I'm just rambling on now. A little squishy in the shop right now. We got Daniel's Civic and his M2 in here. We got the M4 back there. We got this 2024 RS3, you know, the ones that they don't make here. This guy is my boy Zay. He came all the way from New York to get it wrapped in 3M Plum Explosion Purple. I think it looks so good. We also wrapped the front grille, that black part here, in the purple to make it match. I think it looks so good. Anyways, let's get to the install. The M4 is now all the way up in the air. Now let's take a look at this OEM exhaust setup. You have a fat muffler back here. You've got like two more smaller mufflers right there. You've got like two small resonators right here, and then it connects to your downpipes up here. So we're gonna be removing it from right here and doing from there all the way back. That's what the Valvetronic system covers. So getting this OEM one off, we're gonna start by unplugging these valves here, and then we're gonna start taking off some of these nuts. So we started with these two down here, 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 at the front. And then there's a hanger nut there. There's a hanger bolt that goes into there. So we took that one out. We're gonna leave these ones in for now, just in case the exhaust kind of drops down a little bit from taking the hangers off. It's still gonna rest on this, so I can get an extra hand taking the whole system off. You got one here. There's one there that I'm gonna take off. Right up in there, there's one there. And then on this side as well, there's one up in there. So I'm gonna get those off, and then this thing should pretty much just drop straight down after I take off that middle section there. So all of the nuts are off, and I kind of have them mapped out to where they would actually go on the exhaust here. Luckily, they all came off pretty easy. None of them were seized because the car is fairly new, with it being a 2024. Because, you know, with Canadian winters and the salt that they use on the road, sometimes these nuts here can be a real pain to get off. But luckily today, they were easy enough, so let's get this thing off the car after we take off that. Now, another great thing about this exhaust particularly is that all of these nuts and bolts under here are all 13 millimeter, so only one socket, only one tool is really needed to get all of these off. And like I said before, I just used an impact gun. They all came off very easy. So now that all of those are off, we're gonna drop the exhaust. There we go. There is the OEM system. It is off the car now, completely empty. Honestly, I think this is probably the setup that you should run instead of just putting the Valvetronic system. It'll be much louder. It'll sound much better just dumping right out of there. So we're just not even going to put that on. Now here is the full Valvetronic system laid out on the floor. Of course, just the exhaust tips need to go right there as well. We're going to start by installing this piece first so that once all this first half of it is put together, I can use this to rest it on and take the weight off of this side while I slide that side into the downpipe. I think Red Bull F1 actually needs to hire me after that speed right there. You see? So we got the first half in. We're gonna throw these nuts on, just do them hand tight. We don't want them too tight now, just so the whole system can move and so there isn't any issues with the sizing and the fitting. Same with this one. This is a little loose right now, so this can kind of rotate around. We're actually gonna loosen it a little bit more so it can slide back and forth if we wanted to. Let's get the next pieces in and then the muffler. Now we gotta transfer over these rubber hangers onto the other one. So a tip for when you're putting these exhaust hangers, whether you're taking them off or putting them on like a new system, grab some like Dawn dish soap or some any sort of lubricant, maybe even a quick detailer, spray it on there. It's gonna make it slip off way easier because those can be a real pain. They're super stubborn, especially if the rubber is newer on a newer car. It's not gonna be as flimsy and easy to pull off. Oh my god, my hands are so dirty. Nice and easy. Now we're gonna grab the nut for the hanger. There we go. But let's get the other side in so we can get this muffler on. Now the full system is in place. It's not on completely, but it's in place. I gotta go around and tighten all of these clamps, these nuts that are holding the hangers in there, and just make sure everything is nice and sturdy as one piece. So we're gonna go around and do that to get it in place. And then after that is done, we can get the exhaust tips fitted and get those sitting nicely. And then it's time to do the wiring. So we're gonna go around and tighten up all the clamps. I'm taking a bit of pressure off of the hanger and holding it as far up as I can, kind of in place while I'm tightening them so that it actually falls into place and I'm not just kind of tightening it while it's drooped. So we're gonna take the With the full system all tightened and up in place, it is time to put the tips on. Look at these bad boys. Oh yeah, let's get those on there. Whoa, G87? Answer your question for me. Money aside, which one are you taking? G82 or G87? Now, after you answer that, whatever your answer is, or a G80. Hardest part of this whole exhaust install, probably these exhaust tips. These are not moving. They're all lined up nicely. We got the logo facing up. Finally, we can drop this car, do the wiring for the valves, and then we can hear how it sounds. Let's bring this bad boy to the ground. I lied, we're actually only gonna go about this height because I still want to be able to go under the car because I have to run some wires. So now that it's down, I took out the floor here where the battery is, as you can see. It's right there. We're gonna do a little bit of searching to see if we can find any holes in the actual body that are already there, like with a grommet, to see if we can just kind of like poke through one of those to get the wires down to the exhaust, because I really don't want to be drilling any holes through this if I don't have to. So let's get searching. We're gonna pull apart some of this and see if we can get in there to drop them through. All right, so we pulled out a little bit more of the trunk here, did a little bit more searching, and let me show you what I found. So right in here where I currently have this black cable running down, there was a grommet with a pre-drilled hole right through there. So that's where we're gonna feed the wires through. And if we come underneath and take a look where that comes out right in behind this black piece right here. In there, you can't really see. Anyways, yeah, it comes right out through there and the wire comes down. So we're gonna run this to the valve system that's in there, and then we're gonna see what's the best way to discreetly tap this into the power back here. Now we've got both wires plugged in. There's one there and it runs across. The other one is in there, and both of them run up right through this hole back here that we found with this grommet. I had to trim this grommet back right here so the wires will fit through. So let's see if that fits back in, which it does. Keep out any moisture and any water from underneath there, although I doubt any water would even come through. But now that's all good. Now we have to figure out what to do with these wires. So these two wires are going to be plugging into the Valvetronic box that I'm going to hide back here somewhere. And then that box is going to require power, so that we will either tap into a fuse back here, whether we have to tap into a used one or tap into or find an unused one, or we can go right to the battery, but I think I'm going to go to a fuse instead. The exhaust is fully on and it is powered. It's time to start it up and hear how it sounds. Time to start it up. We're gonna start with a cold start. We're gonna let it warm up and then we're gonna do some revs and really hear how it sounds compared to the OEM exhaust. difference that makes. It just sounds insane, absolutely insane. I am so amazed at what just a catback exhaust does to that car. It just completely wakes it up. And another happy customer. Let's go. That is all for the G82 M4 exhaust transformation. If you guys haven't already, check out my website, ghostautomotive.ca. There is tons of exhaust systems on there from Valvetronic Designs if you want to do the same thing to your car. So go check out the website, ghostautomotive.ca, and also make sure to follow us on Instagram at ghostautomotive. Thank you all for watching, and if this is your first time on the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be bringing you a bunch more videos of a couple of customer cars that we have coming in. You know, I'll bring you along for the ride for the whole thing, so make sure to subscribe. Leave a like on this video. I will see you all in the next video. This is the Ghost Man signing off. Peace.